Good morning, everyone. In previous class, we have to learn DC generators, DC series generator, DC compound generator, their derivations, equations, and power generated, input, output power. Everything we have to discuss it. The derivations also we have to do in the previous class. Now we are going to discuss about this and solve about the related problems in DC generators, series, shunt, and compound generator, their equivalent circuit, equation, and the related problems we are going to solve in this period. First of all, you know that DC series generator, DC shunt generator, DC compound generator. Their diagram, how we will get this terminal voltage, how we will calculate induced EMF, armature current, if in case of the shunt series. So generally, for remembering once before solving the problem, in case of the series generators, armature current IA is equivalent to series field current, which is equivalent to load current. Because of in this type of DC generators, their field winding is connected in series with armature winding. So armature current, which is equivalent to series field current, which is equivalent to load current. But there is a two resistances are connected in series, that is armature resistance RA plus series field resistance RSA. RA plus RSA. Now you will get that equation, terminal voltage V is equal to induced EMF, generated induced EMF EG, minus IA into RA plus RSA. We are calculating by using this equation. You will get the induced EMF in the DC series generator. So similarly, once you are observing DC shunt generator, there is a shunt field winding is connected in parallel with the armature winding. So here the armature current, which is say divided as shunt field current and load current. Therefore, IA is equal to IS plus IL. But the terminal voltage across the armature voltage, similarly across the shunt field voltage is same. Then you will get the shunt field current ISS is equal to V by RSS. IA RA is a induced armature drop in circuit, which is also equivalent to the voltage V. Because of these two are parallelly connected, then the voltage V is same across these two field windings, armature and shunt field winding. So this condition we are observing in case of DC shunt generator. Suppose you are observing in case of the long shunt generator, short shunt generator. This is the classification of compound generator. So here long shunt generator, when we are considering, when we are drawing this type of generator, there is a series and shunt field windings are connected. So series field winding is connected in series with the armature, but which is these two windings in parallelly connected the shunt field winding. So the voltage across the V, terminal voltage V, which is parallel across shunt field and combination of series and armature voltage across the V. And in case you are taking the short shunt compound generator, so armature winding connected parallel with the shunt field winding in series with there is a series field winding which is connected separately in series. The combination of two winding in series with field winding is connected, but voltage V is divided across the series field winding across the armature and shunt field windings. So these type of equations we have to observe and have to solve this derivation in this classification of DC generators. You know that once you remember, when we are going to solve this problem related to the related problems, now I am going to say that in the slide I am given a single problem. All of you note and solve this problem. Solved problems on DC generator. So already we have learned this type of generator, but we are not solving this type of problem. I will give five or six examples. You can practice it. Remaining, go through your textbook and you can follow the problems related with series, shunt, and compound type generators. So let us say in the problem is given a shunt generator delivers 450 ampere at 230 volt and the resistance of the shunt field and armature are 50 ohms and 0.03 ohms respectively. Calculate the generated EMF. Right? All of you understanding this problem. Once we are going to discuss solve these problems before, you will get the clear idea how to calculate generate EMF. A shunt generator delivers 450 ampere at 230 volt. The resistance of the shunt field and armature 50 ohm and 0.03 ohm respectively. So here you can observe that shunt field resistance, which is 50 ohms, armature resistance, which is 0.03 ohms. So number of turns in the shunt field winding is more lesser in case of the armature and the series. So then current is passed through the shunt field winding is less, passed through the armature is very high. We are observing all these conditions in the previous class. Now you can solve that. All of you draw this shunt field generator circuit diagram. Here you can see that this is shunt field winding which is connected across these are the brushes. This is armature. So which is the resistance of the shunt field winding is RSH. The carrying current of the shunt field winding is ISH. Current in the armature winding is IA. Armature resistance is RA. So this is terminal voltage connected across this one, that is voltage V. So this is voltage V and the current in this case is load current IL. Then calculate induced EMF in the armature. Generated induced EMF in the armature. All of you note the given data in this problem is a shunt generator delivers 450 ampere. Current is 450 ampere, which is delivers IA 450 ampere. V is 230 volt connected across these terminals. Resistance RSS is 50 ohms. IS RS RA is 0.0. Calculate generated EMF. Now go through this next slide before the ticket arise. All of you, this is shunt field winding which is connected in parallel with armature winding. So shunt field resistance is given, armature resistance is given, and terminal voltage is given. These terminal voltages across this armature and across the shunt field winding is same. Then you can calculate shunt field current V by RSS is equal to I is equal to V by RSS, and IA is equal to ISS plus IL, and RA is given. There armature drop IA RA is an armature drop. Now you will get the voltage or generated voltage EG Substitute that equation, you will get, and you can solve that problem. Erase this one. The next slide, you can solve this problem. Very simple one. Just substitute the values in equation, you will get the answer. So this is the solved problem on this DC generator. So this is shunt generator. The given problem is also shunt generator. This is armature. These are the brushes. The current IA, which is divided as ISH as well as IA to the load. Load across voltage is 230 volts is given in the problem. The field resistance is also given, that is 50 ohms. So 230 volt across the armature and across the shunt field winding is same. Now you will get the ISS is equal to 230 by RSS. So 230 by 50, 0, 5 fours, 5 sixes, 4.6 ampere current. So in the circuit positive current is 4.6 amperes, and I is given load current, that is 450 amperes. What about IA? IA is here divided as ISS and divided as I. So IA is equal to ISS plus I, 450 plus 4.6, 454.6 ampere current. That armature carrying current is 450 4.6 ampere. Due to less turn and less resistance, this is carrying the very high current as compared to the shunt field current. Are you getting this point? So here these are carrying number of turns are more, then these are having high resistance. Carrying current is very less as compared to the armature current. Right now we will get the equation. See that solution clearly. Here given, all of you know this solution. Current through the shunt field winding is ISS is equal to, right here, V, ISS is equal, right here the equation, V by RSH is equivalent to ISH is equivalent to ISH. So this ISH is equal to V by IS. What is the value of V? Terminal voltage is 230 volts, which is connected across the load. Shunt field resistance is 50. 230 by 50, what we are getting? 4.6 amperes. Load current is given, I is equal to 450 amperes. Therefore, you will get now the armature current. IA is equal to I plus ISS. So 450 plus 4.6, 454.6 ampere current. Therefore, now you will see that armature voltage drop. So what is when armature current flowing in the circuit, you will get there is a small resistance which is having. Now you will call drop in the armature resistance. Drop in the armature. That is IARA. IA, you know the value of 450, calculated value, that is 454.6. RA is given value 0.0. They will get 13.6 volts. The generated EMF EG is equal to terminal voltage plus armature drop. EG is equal to V plus IARA. What is V? Is given in the problem. EG equal to V plus IARA. V is the terminal voltage, that is 230 volts. Drop in the armature 13.6 volts. Now you will get EMF generated in the armature EG is equal to 230 plus 13.6 to 43.6 volts. This is the solution. If any problems, if you are going to solve, you must follow this process. Hmm? First you can draw the circuit diagram, write the direction of the current, how much voltage is induced in the armature you can write, all the data is given you can note, and solve the generated voltage. Whatever the question is out, you can calculate them. Right. Next, second problem, which is also one of the most important related one. Then you can calculate this problem. Already you know we are solving the generated EMF because E is equal to pi Z n by 16 to P by A. EZ is the generated EMF, pi flux in webs, Z number of conductors, and speed of the machine, P is number of poles, A is the number of parallel paths. If it is lap wound, A is equal to P. A is equal to P. If it is wave wound, A is equal to. You will take this data and you can substitute the related equation and you will calculate what the question asked in the problem, and you will get the generated voltage. So here what is saying, a 4-pole generator having wave wound armature winding has 51 slot, each slot containing 20 conductor. What is it? Slot, each slot contains, their total number of slot is 51, but 51 slots are having, each slots are having machine having 20 conductors. So total number of slots 51. So each slot which is having 20 conductors, so total number of conductors 51 into 20, you will get the answer. What will be the voltage generated in the machine when driven at 1500 rpm? When what will be the voltage generated in the machine when driven at 1500 rpm, assuming the flux per pole to be 7.0 milliwebs. Pi is given, pi is equal to how much? 7.0 milliweb, or 7 into 10 to the power minus 3 web you can note. Now given data you can note type of generator 4 pole, P is equal to 4, type of lap or wave wound, so A is equal to 2, 51 slot, each slot containing 20 conductors. So Z is equal to 51 into 20, 1020 conductors. And the voltage generated in the that is easy. N is equal to 1500 rpm. Assuming the flux per pole to be pi is equal to 7 into 10 to the power minus 3 webers. So all this data you can note, given data is first to note, and you can write simple the equation what is say according to the problem's condition, and you can note this equation EG is equal to pi Zn by 16 to P by A. All this given data you can substitute and you will get the generated E voltage in the machine, that is generated EMF for path, that is called E pi Zn by 60 into P by A. Eg is equal to P pi Zn by 60A. Do you know that data pi is 7 into 10 to the power minus 3 Weber is given? Z is total number of conductor, but here 51 slot is given. Each slot which is having a 20 conductors. So Z is equal to 51 into 20, 1020 conductors. A is equal to P is equal to 4, N is equal to 1500, RPM also is given. Now substitute all this value in the equation. Eg is equal to P pi Zn by 60A. Get the answer. Eg is equal to 7 into 10 to the power minus 3, total number of conductor 1020, and machine rotating at a speed 159 rpm by 60 p, number of poles 4, A is equal to 2, 178.5 volts. Eg is equal to 178.5 volts. Next problem in this slide, problem is, right now you can note this problem. Third problem. A four-pole generator a four-pole generator with wave-wound armature has 51 slots. A four-pole generator with wave-wound armature has 51 slots, each slot having 24 conductors. Same problem. The flux per pole is 10 milliwebs. Data is change related problem. At what speed must the armature rotate to give an induced EMF 0.24 kilowatt? At what speed the machine rotates, it will be give the induced EMF 0.24 kilowatt. What will be the voltage developed? If the winding is lap connected and the armature rotates at the same speed, the winding is lap connected and the armature rotate at the same speed. So from the problem, first of all, you can understand this problem. Generated which is wave bound type, which is having number of poles is 4 and 51 slot. Each slot are having 24 conductors. That is Z. By flux for pole is 10 into 10 to the power minus 3 webers. But you can say in the problem, calculate the speed. At what speed it rotates, it gives induced EMF is 0.24 kilovolts. What be the voltage developed if the winding is lap connected? Next, they related by that problem, you can calculate the speed. So when you are calculating the speed, next you will calculate what will be the voltage developed in the armature if the winding is lap connected. If first of all, the winding is wave connected, you can calculate speed. Once you are calculating speed, calculate the induced voltage in the machine when the winding is connected in lap mode. By wave wound, you can calculate the speed. When the machine will be acted as a lap connected type, calculate the induced EMF in the armature. So that is the problem is given. And armature rotated at which speed? All this data. You can substitute in all the given data you can write. Simply you can substitute easy is equal to P by Zn by 60 into P by A. All the values you can simply can substitute and first you can calculate the speed. Once you getting the speed, if the machine is lab connected A is equal to P, then we will calculate induced EMF in the generator and speed when armature rotates. So this is a very easy and simplest problem, but they will be asking the examination. All of you follow this type of problems. Okay. Try to note the problem. P number of poles is 4. Number of slots is given 51. Number of conductor per slot 20. EG is equal to 0.24 kilovolt or 240 volts. Flux in webs 20 milliwebs 10 to the power minus 3 webers. Find speed EG at same n. Means find speed and induced EMF at the speed, same speed. Now substitute these values in the equation. The total number of conductors Z is equal to 51 into 20, 12, 24 conductors. What are the conductors? The total conductors is 12, 24. Type of winding is wave winding, then parallel path is 2. So now we can note and write the EMF equation. EG is equal to pi Zn by 16 to P by A. Write N from this equation. N is equal to EG into 60A by pi ZP. Substitute EG value is 240 volt, 60. Armature the wave one type is equal to divided by 10 into 10 to the power minus 3 webers. Z is 12, 24 conductors, P is 4. Speed is 612.75 rpm. 612. This is speed. 612.612.75 rpm. So next condition, when which is act as a lap, when connecting winding is lap, then number of parallel path is equal to number of pole is equal to 4, A is equal to P. Then calculate the induced EMF. EAC is equal to P by Zn by 16 to A. Substitute all is value. 4 into 10 into 10 power minus 3. Z is 1224. Speed is 612.75 rpm divided by 16 to number of parallel paths 4. You will get the answer 0.1 volts. Okay. So this you can solve this equation. You can note when problems you ask, you can solve this type. Next, what in all of you, are you understanding all these problems? Now I am going to give another one for example. So all of you can note and solve this problem. A 250 volt DC shunt motor. Already we are calculating the problems. A 250 volt DC shunt motor has armature resistance 0.25 ohm on load. It takes an armature current of 50 ampere, runs at 750 rpm. If the flux of the motor is reduced by 10% without changing the load torque, find the new speed of the motor. What is say? Here problem is shunt generator. We are discussing a shunt motor. So already you know the data. We are already completing this topic, but you can note it here. A 250 volt DC shunt motor we are discussing. Just you can consider from this problem as a generator, otherwise motor. Whatever you have the possible way, you can draw it. Because of just opposite in the direction, you can write the equation. A given data is 250 volt, V is equal to 250 volt, armature resistance RA is equal to 0.25 ohm. Load it takes an current IL here. IL is divided as armature current as a centrifugal current. So IL is given in case of the motors 50 amperes and runs at 750 rpm. If the flux of the motor is reduced by 10%, pi which is reduced by pi is equal to reduced by 10%, 90%, 0.9 of pi m without changing in load torque. Find the new speed of the motor. You can calculate it. Find the new speed of the motor. EG is equal to pi z by 16 to P by A. That equation you can substitute and you will get the answer. All of you note related problem is given. So very simple data. If you are assuming as a generator or motor, whatever it is possible way, you can take the equation, you can substitute. Okay. V is equal to 50 volts is given. RA is 0.25 ohms is given. IA is equal to 50 ampere is given. Speed is 750. Pi 2 is 90% of pi. Excellent. So equation EG is equal to pi z n by 6 into P by A. EG1 by EG2 is equal to pi1 n1 by pi2 n2. So once you are assuming this equation, we'll write find n2. Very simple one, but not difficult here. N1 is given, we don't know the n2. Easy. Ra is given. So all this value substitute in this equation. This is E beam, induced EMF in the motor, V minus IA1 RA, 250 volt is given, IA1 50 into 0.25, 237.5 volts, EB2 V minus IJ2 R2. Load torque is constant, TA1 is equal to TA2. So pi 1 IA1 is equal to pi 2 IA2. IA2 is 55.55 amps, EB2 is 236.12 volts. Then all these values substitute in the above equation, you will get N2 is equal to 828 rpm. What is that? N2 is equal to 828 rpm. So generally these are the most important one equations is given. In case of one we are going to discussing these problems. All of you solve. Once any required constant, you can assume these fundamental equations are most important here. So the EMF generated in the motors. In case once we are considering the motor and generated, there is a different in the equation. Only sign. Here, in case of the generator, there is armature current which is divided as two, as well load and shunt field current. In case of the motor, load current is divided as armature current and shunt field current. Then changes should be happen in case of this equation. Suppose EMF induced in the generator, once we are considering the shunt field or series field, shunt field you are consider first one. EG is equal to V plus IARA. That is in case of the motors, EMF induced in the motors, EB is equal to V minus IARA. But our given problem, there is a changes should be happen. Once armature current is changes means IA1 and IA2. You can write here the equation voltage V is a constant because of these two voltage V is same across the armature as well as shunt field winding. So there is no change in this voltage. EB is equal to V minus IARA. Voltage is constant, but armature current is changes. IA1 RA, armature resistance is also same. EBT is equal to V minus IA2 R2, IA2 RA. Because our torque is the constant in this condition. TA1 is equal to TA2. Because of once you can consider some type of DC motor, that is torque T is proportional to pi I. So TA1 is equal to TA2. Torque is a constant in this condition. What is that? What is given as the fundamental equation? Torque is directly proportional to pi I. TA1 pi 1 I1. You can write like this equation torque TA is directly proportional to pi into IA. IA. Once torque is a constant, T1 is equal to or TA1. What you are writing? TA1 right here. T like this. TA1 is equal to constant K pi 1 into IA1. You can write this equation. 1 torque is constant. Similarly, you can write TA2 TA2 is equal to K into pi 2 K pi 2 IA2. IA2. So this is the equation. When we are assuming torque is the constant, K, right here, K pi 1 IA1 IA1, which is equal to K constant pi 2 IA2 IA2. From this, these two are cancelled. K is cancelled. You will get the equation pi 1 is equal to IA1 is equal to pi 2 IA2. Now you know that flux pi 1 and the current is IA2. IA1 is given at 50 amperes. Pi A1, IA1, pi 2, pi A2, IA2. From this, you know the flux pi 1 and pi 2, IA1 and IA2. From this equation, once if these values are you can substitute, you will get IA2 is equal to 55.55 amperes. So this is you are going to substitute in EB2. EB2 is equal to V minus IA2 RA. So here you can see that the induced EMF voltage in the motor and voltage is constant across all conditions, armature and central winding. So 250 volts you are substitute. EV is equal to 50, IA2 is 55.55 and RA is 0.25. Therefore, EB2 is equal to 36.12 volts. That is induced EMF in the motor is 236.12 volts. So you are calculating this one. You know the value of E1, you know the value of VB2, but you don't know the value of N2. Know the N1 also. Therefore, EB1 by EB2 is equal to N1 by N2. You can solve the equation. Then you will get N2 is equal to 828 RPM. Because of once we solve the equation EB is equal to pi z n by 60 to P by A, some terms are constant. From this, EB is directly proportional to N and pi. So pi 1, pi 2 values are given. EB, so here EB1 by EB2 is equal to pi 1 by N1 divided by pi 2 by N2. So all the remaining values are you can substitute and you can calculate speed N2. That is 828 RPM. That is 828 RPM. Erase this one. All of you solve the related problems. Examples, go through your textbook, volume 2 by BL Tereja, or according to your curriculum, Falconer Aiden series. Before that, once you remembering the derivation and equation of DC generator, if it is series connected, there is a field winding. Series winding is connected in series with the armature winding. Armature which is having armature of IRA, series field winding which is having the drop ISRS. There is a terminal voltage V. The EMF generated in the armature is EG. Therefore, EG is equal to V plus, because of the armature current which is equivalent to series field current which is equivalent to load current. So you can write simply IA. So EG is equal to V plus IA into RA plus RAC in the bracket you can write. The total armature of series field and armature is RA plus RAC, and drop is multiplied with the armature current, because armature current which is equivalent to series field current and equivalent to load current. So there is no problem to write the equation. So now you can write the equation EG generated EMF is equal to V plus IA into RA plus RAC, close the bracket. Same equation will be happening in case of the center generator. So in case once we are considering the center generator, there is a center field winding which is connected across armature, but it is parallel. Then you can consider here voltage V across armature is connected parallelly. But voltage V is same across armature winding, similarly across the series field winding. So here armature current in this condition which is divided into as a center field current and as a load current. So IA is equal, you can write that ISS plus IL. Therefore, you can write the equation for calculation of the center field current, for calculation of the armature current, for calculation of the load current. We'll follow this equation. ISS is equal to V by RSS. IARA is equal to V. I is equal to V by RA. And there is generated voltage in the armature EG is equal to V plus IARA. That IARA is the armature drop. Right? So you can follow this equation and you can calculate the induced EMF in the generator. And there is a EMF equation also is there. You know that EMF equation E is equal to pi z by 60 to P by A, whereas pi is the flux, P is the number of poles, Z is the number of turns, N is the speed of the machine, A is the parallel path. If his machine is connected, generated which is armature, a generator armature winding which is connected lab, A is equal to P, which is connected wavebound, A is equal to, you can consider, you can remember this way, you can remember this all and you can substitute for calculation point of view, it is easy way. So once you are going to the number of problems when you are solving all these pointer you will get to understand. So that's why I'm going to repeating this one derivations. And similar you can consider in case of the long shunt and short shunt compound generators. Once we are considering long shunt or short shunt compound generator, in case of the long shunt compound generator, there is shunt field winding connected across this shunt field winding which is connected across the series combination of series field winding and armature winding. But voltage is same across this. So ISS is equal to V by RS you will get. But here in this condition, voltage is divisible across series field winding as well as across armature winding. Right? Same short shunt. Only center field winding is connected across the armature, but series connected in the combination of this one. Parallel combination of these two winding, series field winding is connected in series. We are observing in case of the short shunt compound generator. So once you know that how to draw the circuit diagram and their equations, their EMF equation, all of you are solved easily. Okay, you can practice this equation for solving problems. You can practice this one for understanding more information. More information. You can practice this information for draw the characteristics of the series and compound generators. Once you will know that all these equation, their importance and performance of the DC generators, we have to learn more and we have to get the more information from the derivative equations when we are learning clearly. So for that point of view, all of you practice these derivative equations of the DC generators. So now I am going to stop the class. Tomorrow I am going to discuss about motors and the related problems. Okay. Thank you all of you.